Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Yeah, Anna?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, Anna, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. And we got
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, Mr. Barker. He probably
Yep. How you doing?
good, good. How are you?
I'm doing good, Ron. Thank you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you clear.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll get here started here in a little bit as soon as we hit um 11. Did you have any questions, Anna, before we get started?
No, I looked over everything. I think we're good to go.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is one that I did. So you presented to me though, right? When we did ours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, Tyler, have you been to our little things here before?
No, this is actually my first time.
Okay, how long have you been in real estate?
I've been in real estate off and on for like what, five years now.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Anna, how long were you?
This is my second year.
Forgot I had a lot. So this is your second year, and this is
Yes.
like my 36th year.
I
So
love it.
that's
Wow.
that's a and I've never done anything else. I've been always a full-time real estate agent. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm excited to see who all shows up today and last minute deal, last minute change. So I'll jump in anytime.
All right, good deal.
So, so you sell in Menlo Park, California, right, Tyler?
Yeah, that's correct. In the Bay Area. Yep, that's correct. In Northern California.
Fantastic, fantastic. And Anna, you should put your New York, right? Is what I have for you.
Yes, I'm New York.
So you're an actual New Yorker.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
you
And then
you. I'm
let's
sorry.
see. No, go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Anna, you excited about this morning?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Awesome.
All right, all right. And we got Kevin from North Virginia.
Hey Anna, what's going on, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, I'm here just for you. I hear you're gonna just bomb the whole place, you know? How are you, Anna? It's been a
I'm
while.
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, hey, finally the weather warming up, you know?
Yeah. It's a big deal.
That's right.
Great, Anna. So you got some support. That's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm here for Anna.
All right, good job.
Awesome.
And we got Heike. Is she on yet or no? There you are. Okay. And we got Michael. All right. We'll let the other ones start on in. So we'll go ahead and start. Um, let's see. Let me put it on view. Okay. All right. Let's see. Multi-speaker. Okay, you can hear me now, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So here's the scenario, guys. We did a pre-qual. I have a house here or Anna has a house here in Nashville. Okay, on Macy Street. She was expired. She was on the market for 6 months. Okay, she's got to move to Houston. Okay, so we got to get her out to Houston due to a job transfer, and we're also gonna, remind everybody to do a referral. Anytime you got an outgoing, you pick up those referrals. Okay, and then you have to sell your house. You cannot. You have to do that to be able to move. Renting is not an option, right? Okay, and then she was on the market at 685. So what I have done is just a quick CMA. It's pretty much a easy subdivision, one builder subdivision. They're pretty much all the same kind of house, and so we'll go in to that scenario that way, and we'll start at the door. Right, Anna?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So knock knock.
Hi. Hi, Ron.
Hello, Anna. Hold on one second. I can't get these things out of it. Hello, Anna. I'm Ron Poindexter. It's good to meet you. Listen,
Yeah, it's good to meet you. Yeah.
yeah, I'm so excited to be here and talk to you about getting your house on the market and getting it sold this time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we want, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly what we want. I need to get it sold. I have to get to Houston, so I really hope that you can help me do that.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Listen, before we go to the kitchen table, I want you to know that I'm 100% committed, Anna, to getting you the highest sales price in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of headaches or problems. Now, is that what you want?
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay, fantastic. And again, we're going to go to the kitchen table here in a second. But before
Hmm.
we do, you got to realize that in this market, in particular, this current today's market, I've got to be somewhat assertive and very proactively go after buyers and bring them into our property. And that's the kind
Hmm.
of agent you want, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you want an aggressive agent.
Yeah, I want someone who's gonna get it
Get,
sold.
get the job done, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's move on over to the kitchen table.
Okay.
Okay, so we
Well,
go to
we
the
can walk over here.
right. We go to the kitchen table now. Anna, listen. I sent you last night after we talked. I sent you my pre-listing package. Did you get a chance to read it?
Yeah, I read through everything. So, I mean, yeah, I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, fantastic. I brought one with me so we can review three sections of it real quick. Okay,
Hmm.
and while you're reviewing that, I'm going to look at your house through the eyes of a buyer. Sound good? So
Yeah, that's
let's
fine.
let's go to the kitchen table here, and I've got now then. Now I'm going to share my pre-listing these 3 pages.
Okay.
So, okay, can everybody see this? Oh, are you there?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Do you see this net sheet?
Yeah.
we
Okay.
can see it, Ron.
Okay. All right. So the net sheet is what I call my money page on it. This is where this has the sales price that I think you'll get at a worst case scenario in a 30-day period. And it also has the more important number is what you're going to walk away with after everybody gets paid. Okay, this is a worst case scenario that I think we can obtain within 30 days. And that's what we need because you need to get to Houston in 90 days, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So page 1 is the net sheet. This is what I call my money page. Now I've got a sales price of $675, and we'll talk about all the numbers at the end here. But what's more important is the walkaway figure. See, it doesn't matter what we sell it at on it. What matters is what you put in your pocket. Is it?
Yeah.
You follow me on that? I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the real figure that matters. So a price, I look at pricing just as a tool. Okay, it's another sales tool that we use. And what we want to do is create enough interest in your property that we bid that up. Okay, so that we can actually create a bidding war and that you can choose the best deal for the best price. Does that sound like
Okay.
what you want?
Yeah. So you're saying that we can list it around this price and that I could walk away with a lot more?
Yeah, I'm going to strongly recommend a price of around what's on this page. And I'll show you why in a
Okay.
second. Okay. Now then, my next page is this is how I get you the money. This is my plan of action. These are the things that I do to go and get you the transaction we need to bring the money then we put it in your pocket. Okay, so that's my marketing plan or my plan of action. So you'll review that when I take a look at your house here in a second. And then the other area, the final area is my most frequently asked questions. These are my top 10 questions that are asked when I'm on a listing presentation. Now, I've been in the business 30 something years, thousands of listings. Okay. And I've come down to there's 10 main questions that sellers always ask me. So I've gone ahead and put them on paper for you with my answers to them. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at your property. I'm going to make notes and I'm going to look at it like a buyer would. Okay. So if you don't mind, go ahead and review these pages while I take a look at your home through the eyes of a buyer. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. You're still with me, right, Anna?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
All right. Okay, so at this point, she would look over the net sheet. Okay, 675. We have 630 net at close. After seller concessions, I'm doing 3.5. We're offering two to that to the cooperating, or 2.5. And then we've got the how I get you the money, which is my plan of action. These are everybody's marketing plan. Okay, and then with frequently asked questions. So those are the most commonly asked questions. I call them the top 10 objections or questions that sellers ask. Okay. Am I going too fast for you guys on these to see these?
Just a little bit. I do want to go to the last page.
Okay. This one, well, we won't start the CMA yet, but
Yeah.
so this is the last. Will you cut your commission? Those are my answers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while you're looking and reviewing these, I'm looking at your house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I come back and I say, Anna, did you get a chance to review those?
Yeah, I looked over it. I mean, I want to hear more about what you have to say and like why we should be within that list price. So,
Okay, what
yeah,
specific
yeah.
questions? Did you have any specific questions other than the list price?
Well, other than the list price,
How about the marketing plan? Did you have any specific questions
yeah.
on?
So I mean, I want to hear you go over like your marketing plan, like how exactly you plan on getting this sold. I mean, you have a six months, right?
All my
So
listings are for 6 months, Anna.
okay.
But here's the thing. I don't plan on it going to 6 months. If there's ever a conflict, call me up and I'll explain why I'm doing something or why I'm not going to do it. Okay.
Mhm.
But for the most part, Anna, I'm not going to do what your last agent did. Okay. Because we want different results, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
So, for example, did your last agent hold an open house?
Yeah, they held like a couple. So
Right.
I mean, people did show up. It seemed like it was going well, but I never got any of offers that I really liked and wanted to move forward with.
Right. Right.
I don't want to give my house away, so it really needs to make sense for me to sell it and then go to Houston. So I'm really hoping you could get me my price.
Absolutely. Anna, that was a big but, though, wasn't it? We know the
Okay.
results of the open house don't work. So we're not going to do them. Okay. And we
Okay.
don't want to waste any more time because you got to get to Houston within the next 90 days, is really our
Mm-hmm.
goal. Correct?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really
Yeah.
have a choice. See, your first agent had 6 months to try different things and everything. We can't. Okay. We have to dial it in and get you sold, get you the highest contract we can in the short amount of time that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So based on that, three things will happen here tonight on. Okay. Let me turn this off for a second. Three things are going to happen here tonight. Number one is you'll have the opportunity to list your home with me. Okay. Number
Mm-hmm.
two is you'll decide not to list your home with me. Or three, I'll decide I just can't take the listing. Okay. And any one of those is fine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So, so let's quickly review the questions that I asked you over the phone. Okay, you
Okay.
said you were going to Houston, correct?
Yeah, I'm moving to Houston. I'm going to be there with the family. So,
Oh,
I
that's
mean, I
exciting.
want to get there as soon as possible.
Right. So tell me a little more about that. Who are you working with in Houston?
So I'm actually working for a tech company. I got a new job, so I would love to relocate over there. Not my house not selling. I mean, it's made things a bit difficult.
Right, right,
Trying to extend plans a little bit, but I can't afford to waste too much time.
right. We can't waste any more time. And who are you
Mhm.
working with as far as an agent out in Houston? Because that's
Oh,
exciting. I mean,
Yeah.
you're moving your whole life, right? And your
Yeah,
family.
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. So I do have an agent that I am talking to over there, but I actually haven't really started the process of finding a home yet. So we're really behind.
I have a great agent out there. You can interview him too. Okay. And
Okay.
after we sign the contracts tonight, we'll even get him on a three-way call. Okay. That way he can
Mm-hmm.
start on that end. And whatever
Mm-hmm.
we may have to, if we have to adjust our price somewhere, he can make it up for you on the buy. Okay. Have you ever
Okay.
heard that you make your money upon the buy? Okay, that's an investor term. When you buy
Mm-hmm.
a house, that's really where you make your money. When you
Mm-hmm.
buy investments, that's really, if you buy it correctly, that's where you'll make the most money. And that's what we're going to focus on, okay?
Okay.
All
Yeah, that
right.
sounds good actually.
Now,
Yeah.
you had to be there because of the job transfer, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
90-day deal. We don't have an option this time. We have to get the property sold, don't we?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring up, I'm going to show you back to my price. I'm going to show you what I was thinking, where I came up with that price. Okay, can you see it?
I see it.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Right here, here's your property, 125
Mm-hmm.
Macy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is my RPR report. And on the RPR, mainly what I use this for is this little circle. See where I've circled it?
Yes.
Okay. This is the price range that is projected for your house. And these 5 stars, you see the 5 stars? Those
Mm-hmm.
are the confidence rating. So you have a real high confidence rating that we're going to sell this property within that range in the time frame that we need. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
follow me on that?
Yeah.
Have any questions?
Well, I mean, if it's saying that I could sell it at 685, I mean, that's what I had it on the market for, so I don't.
Right, we know. So we know it doesn't sell at 685, correct? It mainly pulled that
Or
because that was your last sales price. Okay, the
okay.
one thing we know, Anna, is that we know what price it didn't sell at. Okay, we know what reasons it didn't sell because it's always the agent. Okay, the agent should have guided you on the price so that we can get this sold in the time frame you need. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and unfortunately, some agents wait around for business and they do things like open houses where they're waiting for business. Okay. Now, what I explained to you when I first came in was I don't do that. You want an aggressive agent that proactively goes out and finds buyers for your property every day. That's what you want, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So,
looking for.
for an example, did I call you on this expired or did you call me?
You called me, Ron.
I called you exactly.
Mhm.
That's what I do. Okay. And 24 hours later, I'm here talking to you about getting your home on the market. Okay. So we're going to move down here. Now, what I did is you're in a special easy type subdivision where they're basically, it's a one builder subdivision. We know they were all pretty much built to the same quality, construction, lot size, the age, pretty much everything is similar. You're in a nice subdivision. Okay. And so it was fairly easy to pull up some comps. Now, then, what we're going to do is we're going to narrow them down to one better, one equal to, and one less than. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Rather than pull from huge areas where you just get totally confused and they're really not like kind properties, yours is apples to apples. Okay. And that makes it better for us. Okay. So what I've done is I've got one here at 700 Nottingham Avenue. I've got one here at Pebble Run. And I've got one your next door neighbor sold at 685. Okay.
Yeah.
At 127 Macy Drive. Okay. So again, right here, I've got a better than, an equal to, or a lesser than, and then I have an equal to. Okay. So the reason, Anna, that I'm going to ask you for 675, I don't need a lot, but I need something to kick off the staleness, what I call the stale listing. Okay. Your house was on the market for 6 months. And unfortunately, I can't change that in the MLS. All I can do is make sure that we're not on the market another 6 months. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you for a reasonable price reduction off your listing that didn't sell. And we're going to put it in as a fresh listing at $675,000. Okay, and at that price, at a worst case scenario, I think we'll be able to get that up. My job is to get that up through strong negotiation during the negotiation period when we get an offer. Okay, do you follow me as that? We want to
Yeah.
use that price, 675, as a tool to get that as one of the best price houses for your features and benefits that your house offers. Okay, are you okay with that?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I mean, you seem confident, so if you could get me that price and then, after that we buy another property and we can get more money there. I like the sound of everything, so.
Yeah, see, and we're going to work in partnership with my
Mhm.
buddy in Texas so that he can help you. And I feel confident if you interview with him, we get him on the line and we do a three-way call and we tell him what I need to. You're going to be a VIP client for them. Okay. So we're going to make sure that when you go out there, everything's going to be laid out and it'll be easy for you to find a property. So you're not worried about that end. And we just have to focus on getting yours under contract and getting it sold. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So again, like I said, I'm going to go back up here because the most important figure is $630,000. That's $630,000. You own your house free and clear. So, Anna, you're in a great position to get the best benefits out in Texas and still have plenty of cash for you for your move and so forth and your family. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Any other questions on as far as the pricing and the time frame? Do you have any questions for me?
My only thing, is there any room for negotiation on the buyer's commission?
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're putting that we consider this amount. Okay. So that's kind of the new laws, right? I'm going to put in there that we'll consider it upon each offer. But you got to remember, my job is to get you the highest amount I can. So that's the time when we, through strong negotiation, zero in and get you the best transaction I can get you.
Okay.
Now that's what you want, right?
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
All right, fantastic. All we need to do now is simply sign the contract, and so I can get you what you want on it in the time you want it. And we'll need keys for the lockbox, but that'll be great, won't it?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I am excited. So I mean, I hope we can get this sold as soon as possible. When do you think we're gonna start starting open houses? Or
I don't do open houses. What we
you
do
don't
is
do
we're
open
going to
houses?
focus. I'm
Okay.
going to start right away, though, proactively calling
Mhm.
your neighborhood, looking for the one thing about your neighborhood is that the people that do sell, they sell to people in their families, or they let other people. What we want to look for is the mother and father who wants their child to live near them. Okay, the niece or the uncle or aunt that wants their niece and nephew to, they're going to alert them about Ron Poindexter's new listing. They know you, they saw how well you took care of your property, and they're going to let them know that great house came up on the market. And I'm going to let them know personally. Okay, every day, that's what I do, is I call areas around my listings and find those buyers who want to purchase your property, our properties. Sound good?
Yeah, it does. I also want to hear more about like your marketing plan outside of just calling my neighbors.
Well, we do everything that works. Okay. So marketing plans, they're kind of like a living document, and they vary basically on what time of the year we're in and what marketing, what other people are doing as far as marketing. Okay. So we're going to be always on the edge. Okay. But what we do, like, we'll monitor if open houses seem to be working, if somebody's doing open house, I don't mind doing one, but I know that it doesn't work because it didn't work for you. Okay. We also know that times on the market means a lot. So if we're coming into the spring season, more houses are going to come up on the market. So we're going to focus more on aggressively going after one-on-one buyers for your property. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah, it
throw a
does.
wide net when we can narrow it down to the people who are looking for your type of property. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you understand, I'll adjust marketing based on the time of year, what's working in the market, and so forth. And we're going to try
Okay.
it this way, and then I'll adjust one way or the other. That's just how you do.
Okay.
Any other
And
questions?
then, yeah, how often are we doing adjustments?
Well, hopefully we won't need them very often. I've got 90
Okay.
days to get you to Houston. So
Okay.
we're going to zero in and get you to
Mhm.
Houston. And that's what we need to do. We need to focus on strong negotiation, aggressive, personal one-on-one marketing. Sound good?
Yes, it does sound good.
All right, then let's sign the contract and let me go to work for you.
All
I've got
right.
a sign already
Right
out,
here.
sitting out in your yard. All right.
Okay, great.
All right, so we
Yeah,
signed.
fine.
All right, let me pull this down. Okay. You were hard.
Was I?
Yeah. No, but
Okay.
usually you want to bring your excitement, your energy to the program and get it signed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you were very enthusiastic, very strong. You brought a lot of energy. I think it was good. A balance as for, compared to how I was acting. You answered my questions. I did hear the Mike Ferry presentation, but then you threw your own personality into it. And yeah, I love that you did the comps a little different, the more than, the less than, the equal to. That's different than what I see usually most of the time. Um, I like that you brought value within asking what my plans were already in Houston, whether I did find a property. So it was a lot of value, um, answering my questions, energy, and then you made it really easy to not have any friction between us where it was just like, of course I'll sign.
Yeah, that was my goal.
Yeah, you
Anybody
did a
have
great
any
job.
questions? I mean, Anna, you did a great job, and you weren't
Thank you.
too hard on me. And to be honest, I don't get a lot of objections when I go out. I go on and I take 9 out of 10 of them. And if I don't take it, it's because I don't like the price. If I can't
Yeah.
get you to budge on the price and understand that a price is just a tool, and the real figure that matters is what you put in your pocket. And so you want to say, instead of saying 630, you say $600,030. Make that a figure, a big figure. All right.
Okay.
Anita.
Sorry, I came in a little late, but I didn't see. Did you do a CMA or anything like that in the nature, Ron, or you just go straight to the net sheet?
I did do a little CMA. My CMAs are very simple. I pretty much have a better than, an equal to, and a lesser than property, especially if they're in a subdivision that has maybe one or two builders. I mean, like most subdivisions are kind of a tract subdivision. They have one or two builders. It's the same quality of construction. The lot sizes are the same. The appeal is the same. It's the same design and appeal if they were built within that same period. Okay. Now out here in Tennessee, I have some that are 5 acres, some are 15 acres, some are 1 acres. Okay. So
Ron, I forgot you're in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm in Nashville.
I need to contact you.
There we go.
I have a buyer.
Oh, absolutely. Bring them. See, now in Tennessee, if you have a 15-acre property and you have a 5-acre property, well, 15 acres is usually atop of a mountain. So a lot of that acreage is no good. It doesn't really matter. So versus a 1 acre, usually it's the first acre that has the most value, and then it dissipates from there on.
Got it. You're in Nashville. Do you go to Memphis? Do you go to Memphis?
No, I don't go to Memphis. I don't. That's pretty far. Memphis is.
That's pretty far.
Yeah, pretty far. Couple hours, 3 hours.
3 hours
But
from you. Okay. Nashville? No. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll give you a call.
Okay. Contact me afterward. Heike. Anita? Oh, Heike? We can't hear you. Hello, Heike? No, you're on. Oh, did I mute you or there? Ask to unmute.
Oh, I'm muted.
There we go. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Do people actually let you walk around the house while they sit at the table?
Absolutely. If you give them something to do. See,
Really?
they only get nervous about you peeking into things if you just, what a lot of people do is they don't give them anything for them to do, and they just said, I'm going to take a look at your house through the eyes of a buyer, and then they leave them there. Well, they're going to get up and follow you. So what you don't want them to do is guide you through the house, because what happens is they sell you on why their price is what they want to have. And all through that time, that's what they're doing, is selling you. Well, you're the professional. So you want to get up, give them something to do, take a look at their house through the eyes of a buyer, but make it quick. Just make some quick notes and come back. They never have a problem with that. Gina?
Yeah, hi, Ron. Good presentation. I like to know what do you do before your listing appointment? Do you send them something? And after the listing appointment, do you send them something or do something for them?
Yes, I send them my pre-listing package, which has the net sheet. It has my most frequently asked questions and my marketing, my little plan of action. So we have the net sheet, the money page. Okay, and it has the plan of action, which is my marketing, and then it has a little blurb. I have a pre-listing, has a little blurb on me and so forth, and a little of my history, and some referral videos that come in. So I usually send a link, and it has all that in it, and then I attach the net sheet to it.
So you would show them the net sheet before your appointment?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, so what's in the net sheet, like medium price, high price, or low price, or how?
No,
how does it
it's the sales price that I feel it'll sell at, that I feel very strongly it'll sell at. And better than that, it'll have all the costs. And then better than that, it has the figure that you're going to walk away with. Okay, so your net figure, at a worst case scenario, and I try to do it at basically a worst case. So we offer, like I have we're paying for most of the closing fees. We're paying, I do a warranty, the cinch warranty, so I have all that built in. Okay, and you're better off to present them a worst case scenario than you are the best case scenario. So if you get them better, my job through negotiation is to get that up. And that's what we do.
Okay, great. One more question. When I call them, I always get the same answers. We took it off the market. We are not ready. We have a rent, and we're going to go with the renting the place. They just try to brush me off. What are your objections?
All of those are what worked on the previous 4 agents that called. Okay, so those are regular agents. Gina, I'm a super broker. Do you know the difference?
No.
What would be the best time to show you? Today at 3 or tomorrow at 4? Oh my gosh, you got to meet a super broker.
No, just show me now. What is it?
Do that over the phone. I'm a professional agent, so I make a presentation to you. You mean that agent you chose probably just did it over the phone? Is that correct? The one that couldn't sell your home? Is that what he did?
Yeah, but we're just not interested at this time. We're just gonna.
Really? Because you were on the market yesterday. So if I brought you a full price offer, Gina, if I brought you one that could close in 3 days, that brought you $630,000 walk away, you're telling me you won't take that offer today?
Okay, then bring me a buyer and I'll pay you the commission.
Well, that's what I want to show you, how I create the urgency and bring those buyers to you. So today at 3 or tomorrow at 4, which is better for you?
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Just keep going after them. Keep going after.
You're a bulldog. I like that.
You have to be in this market. You got to be persistent. You got to be somewhat aggressive, because everybody wants an aggressive agent until I'm talking to them, right? So then they start backing off. But the truth is, I'm going to work that hard plus 10 if I'm working for you.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? And is that the kind of agent you want?
Yeah.
See, because if you don't want it, what do you want? A wimpy agent like the one you had that couldn't sell the house? No, we don't want that. And you can't afford it because you've got only 90 days now. Unfortunately, we wasted a lot of time dealing with an agent that didn't know wasn't aggressive, and wasn't proactively going out and finding buyers for your property. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Anna, any other questions?
No, I'm out of questions. Oh, this was awesome.
Does anybody have other questions for me? No? So I stepped in the last minute. I thank you, Anna. We did we did one prior to, and so a lot of the dates were wrong. I just pulled up an old one that I did. But does anybody have any questions? Yuki, you always have some questions for me.
No, I thought it was excellent. I can't say anything more. I love, love, love your energy. Very good.
You got to bring the energy, guys, because what happens, unfortunately, when I watch a lot of these, you have some great presentation materials, but it's too much. And you lose the energy while you're going through all these slides and all these, I call it getting in the weeds. So you want to have a presentation that's direct, takes you from A to B to C to D, and get it done and lock her in. And we're going to get that great agent out in Houston. We're going to get him on the line. And now we're going to have that conversation. So we pick up another 30%, don't we?
Some techniques. This is the process that I would follow.
Who is that? Well, maybe that we've just unmuted. Does anybody have any questions? Tyler, did you have any questions?
No, I just want to say I love the energy. You got straight to the point. Hey, you were done in like 22 minutes. I clocked it.
There you go. There you go. I got to tell you, the last 4 presentations that I went on, that I took every one of the last 4. The last one, I thought I was going to be in the biggest battle. We started, because they were coming up 2 hours away from Knoxville. And basically, they got there. I asked them, did you get my presentation I sent you? Did you get the pre-listing package I sent? They said, oh, yes. And that one, I went ahead and sent, and I will send a lot of times a listing document. So they had it signed. So they said, oh, here it is. And they had it all signed. The only question they have, and most of the time, it's just on the money. So usually that's the only question, is on the net out. And they'll ask me, like in this case, the last one I took, she says, why are you asking for 5? And I told her, I really thought their house should have sold it. It was $290 on expired. And I said, but I can't see why it didn't sell at $290, but we're a stale listing now. And you got to stir up that market again. I'm stirring up that market with a new price. And so I asked for 5,000 off. Boom, it's under contract. Took me 37 days. So that's what you guys got to do. You got to remember that the price is everything, but also proactively. Everybody wants a proactive energy agent. Zara.
Hey, Ron. Let's say the market is picking up. Have you ever done it where you actually increased the price and it worked?
No. Once you get a price, you want to stick to that price. If anything, it'll sell faster. And they're already okay with it. So yeah, you don't want to back into, beefing it up unless there's a really good excuse. One of the second to the last listing I took, I put it as coming soon. And I even put out a flyer to you guys, hey, coming soon, and I put it at $450. It took us a little while because we had that storm. Another house came on the market at $385, and I was at $450, right? One came at the market at $385. So I had to go back and get a price reduction, a major price reduction, because we got submarined on the price. Okay, so before I even came active on the market, I had to go back and get get a price reduction, and a substantial one. But what I explained to him was, we always want to be the first to hit the market, because then the rest of them support your price. But unfortunately, we were second, and it submarined my price. But you have to be honest with them, and you say, look, I can't take this for this price anymore, because it's just not going to happen.
And it was way lower than the original one that expired, obviously.
Well, it didn't. This one wasn't an expired.
I see.
Yeah.
But what if it wasn't expired?
Well, you know the past and you know the present. What you don't know is the future. Okay, so you got to base everything on what you know, the facts of it not selling over the last 6 months. And see, you can't have, they want anything but what they had in the last agent. So they want anything but what they had. And that's what you want to say. What I hear you saying, Zara, is you don't want what you had, correct?
Yeah.
Because we want the opposite results, don't we? And use your head shake.
All right,
Kevin?
thanks, Ron.
You bet. Kevin?
Quick question. So, presenting the price in the very beginning kind of solidifies your price, your suggestion. You are not leading the seller to that price. So the question I have for you is, why not withhold that net sheet until towards the end? Or I personally never even use the net sheet. I just give them kind of a, on a CMA, I will just run very quick numbers, and the net sheet will come in later once we have an offer, down the line. So what is the reason for you to put your price up front versus to show them the market? Because, you've been masterfully closing. You've been doing assumptive closing left and right. That was Mike, typical Mike Ferry. And Anna was right on, because that is a clear Mike Ferry script, right?
Right.
So why not go with the CMA, and why not have them come to that price?
Well, because one, you mentioned it, I was trained by Mike Ferry. Okay, you send out the net out. You want to hit them with the worst case scenario. And if they call you before you go out on the presentation and say, hey, Ron, I don't like that price. So say that to me.
Yeah, the price appears to be a little bit too low. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kevin, I'm so glad you brought that up. And that'll be the first thing we go over when I come out at 3 o'clock. Sound good? There you go.
Okay.
What are you going to say? See, I have a great explanation for that. But the truth is, now I know that that's going to be your objection before I even get there. So I know what to prepare for before I get to the house. It's going to be the price. You do or do not like it. So I've got to sell you on why I need the price reduction. But you're an expired. That's probably the biggest reason. And we can't afford to be expired again. See, Anna has to get to Houston in 90 days. So motivation is the primary thing that we do. Correct, Anna?
Yeah, something I like to add, like the reason why I like that you give the net sheet is because it preempts them as far as like what price you're going to potentially list the property at. So then when you do have that meeting and you do have those conversations and you do get those little confirmations knowing that you're going to lead towards that close, you're able to really read body language to understand that, like, oh, I can get this person to agree on this price. Right. And I think that's why you're also able to keep your appointments very short, because you start the process before you even get there. When some agents don't go the price, the person's thinking, okay, well, what's my property going to be listed for? Right? You go through the process and then now you hit them with the price, and then you have to deal with all of these objections and then the objections of the commission. And it's a lot more convincing that you could just avoid by starting early.
Right. Well, to Kevin's point too, again, on another reason I do the net out, okay, is because you want them to know the worst case scenario long before you get to closing. Closing's not when you want them to say, oh my God, these are all my costs. You want to have that conversation right off the bat so that there's no surprises. Okay. And then your job is to get it up through strong negotiation. Okay. So if that buyer's agent presents us a bad offer, are we going to offer them the 3%? Probably not. We're going to adjust and we're going to counter it back. That's my job, is to get you the best deal I can get you. See, but if you prepare them for the worst case, then you're a winner in the end. Now, then, if you have to do a price reduction, prepare them for that. My job is to guide you through this market. Okay. And unfortunately, your last agent couldn't do that. Guys, there is no reason for an expired listing except for the fact that the agent was weak and couldn't guide them through the market. Your job, because you're the pro, See, I've sold thousands of homes. That seller may be a flipper, an investor, but they haven't sold as many homes as I have. They haven't sold as many homes as you have. So remember that. You're the pro. So don't let them tell you what the price and everything is going to be. You have to tell them. That's really what they're looking for. That's why they're paying you pretty big bucks. And so that's what you want to prepare them and guide them. Does that make sense? Zara?
Sorry, I forgot to put my hand down.
Oh. So yeah. So Anna, yes, you're right. Prepare them for the net sheet. I do. I know a lot of people who don't do net sheets anymore. I don't. I like to have that signed, that figure signed. And so if they bring it up, I say, oh, by the way, here's what you signed. You said you were good with it, and now you want a little more or whatever, and I got you a little more. So everybody's happy. Any other questions?
So you
Yeah,
have
for
it
the net
signed.
sheet.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
Okay. So for the
So
net sheet, you just have one line. You don't have three different prices for the
No,
net sheet
I do. It's Can you see
from
this?
the pre-agent one, or you do an Excel sheet?
I do. Can you see that there?
Yes, I have that. Okay, so that's from the app, pre-agent app.
Yeah, it's a foundation title, I think is what I use, but I like it because it puts this in a circle and real big that's what they're going to walk away with. That's the figure we're looking for.
Got it. Okay.
Any other
Ron,
questions?
I have a question. I've been constantly told, do not give them a price, give them a range.
That's wrong. I mean,
That's wrong.
I give them a range on the RPR, but then I narrow that down based on the confident rating of the stars. So you remember that, right? On the RPR.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go back to that. There's the range. Can you see that? Oh, here. Do you see that?
Yes,
There's a
I see it.
range. And Anna was right there. See, RPR will put the last sales price it was listed at. So she caught that right away. But see, based on the 5 stars, I'm cutting that down. That's why I didn't need a real big price reduction. I just needed something to stir it up and not make it stale, what I call stale listing. Because what happens when listings sit, guys? What happens? What happens there? People think there's something wrong with it. Okay.
Exactly.
Does anybody have any more questions on objection handlers or anything like that?
No.
No? Okay. The reason I don't get a lot of objections, guys, is because I go in there very strong, very matter of fact, with a scripted presentation that's rehearsed, and we just go from A to B to Z. We just take it down the steps, and they really can't object to anything. What can they object to? If they want, notice I get 2 yeses right when I walk in the door. Is that the kind of agent you want? Okay. And is that the kind of deal you want? 100%? I'm 100% committed to getting you the highest sales price in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of headaches or problems. Now, is that what you want, Sarah? Right? And you're going to say, of course, you're going to say yes. If you said no to that, I would probably not take the listing. I would say, well, thank you for your time. Because the truth is, that's what we need. We need the highest sales price in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of headaches or problems. And I'll refer that. If they said, no, I want something, I don't want that. I would say I have a great agent in the office. He hardly ever sells things. All of his deals have a lot of problems, and it takes a long time to work them out. But I'm going to refer you to him because it's more what you need or what you want. And of course, that's just silly. They're not going to, if they say no to that question, it's a silly answer. So you just make a joke out of it. Okay. And then just get them. And right when I hit the door, hey, how are you? Before we go to the kitchen table, I want you to know that I'm 100%. So you prepare them where you're going next. Okay, so you're leading them, and then you give them the pre-listing package, and they're reading the package while you're looking at the house through the eyes of a buyer. That's a Mike Ferry presentation, guys, 100%. And you show up on time. That's a big key. Look professional, okay, and then have a professional presentation. Any other questions? No? All right. Well, we'll cut it short, and then I'll see you guys on the next call at 12:30, or you can zip on over to, I think Jim's is on right now. So thank you so much for showing up, guys. I appreciate it. Anna, you were great.
Thank you. Thank you for today.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Ron, how many cups of coffee you have in a day?
There's my buddy in Chicago, Robert.
There he is.
Hey. Well, I drink coffee all day long, unfortunately, but you got to get that energy up. You got to bring it, because what do they want? What's the alternative? Hi, I'm Ron. Let me show you what I got. I really don't want to sell it very fast, right? Robert,
Yep.
What's the price that you want to put on the home? Okay. If I listed it that, will you list it with me? I mean, give me a break, guys. You're the pro. So they just sat through a 2-hour presentation with another agent, and I come in, and in 15 minutes, I gave them their evening back. Which do you think they want to do? They want me. You don't want your plumber there. You don't want your electrician there. You don't want your realtor there all night long. So why do agents make long presentations? Doesn't make any sense, right? All right. Okay, guys. Love you.
You got it.
Thank you.